Hello and welcome to Story Meadow, stories for car journeys, bedtime and any other quiet time. My name's Marion and I'll take you on an adventure and we're going to meet some amazing new friends. We might learn a new thing or two and we're going to share some brilliant ideas that you might want to play afterwards or talk about with friends or family. I really hope you enjoy the story. I started making up stories for my own children, Anna, Ben and Noah, and they love them so much, they asked me to share them with the world. So wherever you are, I hope you enjoy this, and I'd love to hear from you too. So if you do want to share where you are in the world or share about a special occasion like a birthday, I will do my best to give you a shout out on the podcast in the next episode possible. All you need to do is ask a parent or a grown-up to email in at info@storymeadow.co.uk and I'll do my best to read them and share them on the podcast. Okay, enough chatting. Let's get all cozy so we can relax into the story. Let's take a first big breath in through your nose and slowly back out through your mouth. And this time, put your hands out in front of you as if you were holding a lovely hot chocolate in your hands. You're going to breathe in the smell through your nose. Smell that lovely chocolate. And then blow out softly through your mouth to cool it back down. Lovely. Well done. I think it's time to start our story. Are you ready? Billy Bunny plays hide and seek. One day, Billy Bunny was in the forest with his friends, Squirrel Lily, Little Fox, and Little Hedgehog. And Squirrel Lily thought that she was the best hider out of all of them. She said, "Billy, when I go into the trees, it's impossible to see me because I could be anywhere in the treetops. Watch this, watch this. Close your eyes." So Billy closed his eyes and she scurried into the treetops and sure enough, she disappeared between some leaves. "Wow, Lily, you are good at hiding. Where are you? I can't see you." Just then, Squirrel Lily flashed her little orange tail and Billy could suddenly see her. "Oh, there you are. Ah, that's so good." Little Fox thought he was good at hiding too, and he said, "I'm brilliant. I'm very light on my feet, Billy, and nobody knows where I am. We should have a challenge. We should all play hide and seek and see who's the best at hiding." Billy really liked that idea and he thought he was a really good hider too because Billy Bunny is all brown. He's got brown fur, which means he's actually really well camouflaged for the woods because all of the things on the ground in the woods are brown, like leaves, sticks, mud, moss, like dried up moss, the bark of the trees. So he knew, because he was a little brown rabbit, that he would be very well camouflaged and would be an excellent hider as well. So they decided to play. Little Hedgehog wanted to play too, although he wasn't sure that he would be very good, but he'd like to play with his friends and he wanted to join in. "I'll count first," said Squirrel Lily. So she put her head towards a tree, she closed her eyes and put her arms around her head, and off she started to count. "I'm counting to 20, she said. All the animals rushed off. Billy hopped as fast as he could to hide inside a hollow log. Little Fox tiptoed and ran as quietly as he could and hid behind some trees. And Little Hedgehog shuffled as quick as he could on his tiny little paws, and he shuffled this way and he shuffled that, and he wasn't sure which direction to go in or where to hide at all. He ended up hiding behind a big rock with a bit of moss on top, and he thought that might be quite good. Well, as soon as Squirrel Lily turned around, she looked in the direction of all that shuffly noise that she had heard, and she saw tracks on the floor where Little Hedgehog's feet had shuffled along and moved all the leaves this way and that, and she saw a clear trail all the way to the big rock where Hedgehog was hiding. "Found you, Hedgehog. That was so easy. Come on." And then they looked together for Little Fox and for Billy Bunny, which was actually much trickier because actually Squirrel Lily had not heard where Little Fox had gone at all. And Billy Bunny was so well camouflaged, they actually had to look twice in the little log before they actually spotted him. They all giggled. "Let's try again," said Billy. "I'll count. Off you go. 1, 2, 3. All the animals rushed off. Little Hedgehog didn't know which direction to go in, and he watched as Squirrel Lily went scurrying up the nearest tree, and Little Fox tiptoed away as silently as ever, and Little Hedgehog just wasn't sure which way to go, this way or that, this way or that, and he watched the others, and it was running out of time. Oh dear, oh no. And in the end, he didn't go anywhere at all. He just curled up in a little ball right where he was, right near Billy Bunny's feet. Well, Billy Bunny opened his eyes, turned around, and almost tripped over Little Hedgehog. "Ouch!" he said. "What, Hedgehog, is this your hiding place?" "Oh, well, yes," said Little Hedgehog. I panicked, Billy. I didn't know where to go, and I'm not fast like Squirrel Lily or Little Fox, and I'm not well camouflaged, and I just shuffle along, and oh, I couldn't do it." "Don't worry," said Billy. "Come and help me find the others." So they walked around the forest, and it took them quite some time, but they found Squirrel Lily, and she was hidden inside the hollow of a tree very high up, but they just spotted her little ear poking out. "Found you, Lily," said Billy. And then Little Fox had scurried off behind a hollow log and behind some rocks, and he'd put some leaves on top of his head so that they wouldn't notice him. But they did see a flash of his tail, which was a little bit of white on the tip. "Found you, Fox." "Right, who's counting next? Fox, how about you?" said Billy. But just as he said that, Billy Bunny looked at Little Hedgehog, and he saw that Little Hedgehog was looking quite sad, and he wasn't enjoying playing hide and seek, and Billy wondered how they could make it a little bit easier for him. Do you have an idea? How could they make Little Hedgehog join in a bit better? Well, Little Fox noticed it too, and he said, "Well, I'm going to count for a little bit longer this time. I'm going to count to 30, so everybody will have plenty of time." And he started to count. Well, Squirrel Lily rushed up the nearest tree. Billy Bunny ran away and dived behind a tree, and then he poked his head out, and he could see that Little Hedgehog had also tried to run as fast as he could, but Little Hedgehog tripped over, and he was lying on his back. He was stuck. Oh, and his little legs were wiggling, and his little face was looking really panicked, and he wasn't going to be able to hide. Well, Billy Bunny is a very good friend, so he came out of his hiding place. He ran as quickly as he could, and he held on tightly to Little Hedgehog's paw. "Got you, Hedgehog. Come on, let's go." And they ran together, and they ran through the forest. Billy said, "I've got you. I've got a great hiding place. You just wait and—" Whoa! Hedgehog tripped again, but this time Little Hedgehog was holding on to Billy Bunny's hand, and they both fell over, tumbling and rolling through the leaves. And actually, as they tripped, they'd fallen down a little slope, so it was making them roll faster and faster down the slope. "Oh, ah, whoa," they started to say. "Oh no," said Billy, "we'll never be able to hide in time." He looked all around him, and he realized that as they had fallen and as they had rolled and rolled down the little slope, Hedgehog's spines had gathered lots of dead, dried leaves, and Billy Bunny's fur was covered in dried leaves too, and they had landed softly into more dried leaves. Billy said, "Hedgehog, this is going to be great. Don't make a sound." And they stayed there, hiding in the leaves together. Shh, shh. Well, Little Fox had finished counting. "Ready or not, here I come," he said. Well, he couldn't see any animals at all, and he thought it was strange because he was expecting to see Little Hedgehog really easily, but he couldn't find him. Squirrel Lily, Little Hedgehog, Billy Bunny, where are you?" And he looked and he looked. Finally, he spotted Squirrel Lily's tail poking from a branch. "Got you, Squirrel Lily. Found you." Now, Little Fox had Squirrel Lily to help him, but they could not find Billy Bunny or Little Hedgehog. They searched in the logs, they searched behind rocks, they searched behind trees, they searched all around, and they couldn't find either of them. "I don't understand," said Squirrel Lily. "Hedgehog always leaves tracks. Look for tracks, Little Fox. Come on. There must be something. There must be a clue." But there were none. Because Little Hedgehog and Billy Bunny had rolled and rolled, he had not left any tracks. He'd only picked up loads of leaves. And it wasn't long before they actually gave up. Squirrel Lily and Little Fox sat on a log. "You win! We can't find you anywhere. Come out, wherever you are." Well, Billy Bunny and Little Hedgehog started to giggle, and they giggled so much that the leaves started to shake, and Squirrel Lily and Little Fox were wondering what that shaking might be. Their little ears pricked up, and just then, poof! Out came Billy Bunny and Little Hedgehog, all covered in leaves. "Surprise! You didn't know we were in there!" And all the animals giggled and giggled. And Little Hedgehog realized that he was actually very good at camouflaging, and in fact, his spines were very good at helping him because lots of natural materials could get stuck inside his spines and help him to hide. So he had a brilliant time the rest of the day. They carried on playing hide and seek, and Little Hedgehog was just as good as all of his friends. The end. This week in Story Meadow, we're playing a game of hide and seek with some little objects. So we've got some little wooden discs, and we're going to draw a picture of something on them. For example, a bunny or an acorn or a leaf. And then we're going to have a go at hiding those wooden discs somewhere in our natural surroundings. So hopefully they will blend in and they'll be tricky to find. And then we'll ask our friends to go ahead and try to spot them. So that's what we're playing. Maybe you would like to have a go at doing something similar. You might find a natural object that you think is really beautiful or really special. Show it to a friend or to somebody in your family, and then you can take it in turns to hide it and go and find it in the garden or in a park, could be anywhere. If it's really tricky, you could even give clues to help them to find it, because sometimes we hide things in really, really good places, and if you're as good as Little Hedgehog, it might be nearly impossible to spot. See you soon. Bye.
Story